Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here at the range today, do a little bit of goofing around. Absolutely beautiful day, weekday afternoon. Got a chance to get out of work a little bit early, get over here and do some plinking. And I grabbed probably one of my favorites, one of my really early ones that I added to the collection long time ago. This one is an old Mossberg. I really love the old Mossbergs. I grew up shooting a 146 BA, which is a longtime descendant of this one. This one is very probably 30 to 40 years older than that 146 BA, which is quite old now as well. But what we have here is a original model 46. It's not the first tube feed that Mossberg ever came out with. Their first tube feed was actually a model 44, which is kind of funny because now their model number conventions are completely different. The 44s and 42s are all box mags, and the ones with the 6s at the end are all tube feed. So, but this one is their first model 46, which came out in 1935. 35 to 37 was when these were made. This one's in pretty good shape. It's got some really nice patina. I really like the patina it's got. I think the stock was probably refinished, but a long time ago. Let me do a little flyby with you. The the tube is empty. The bolt is open. It does have a metal butt plate back here, and this one's been modified so that it hinges up, and there's a space back here where you could actually put a box of ammo. We have a Mossberg number 6 scope on here. I think it's a 6X. I'll try to capture some images through there so you guys can see what I'm seeing. It is very clear. It's not going to win any competitions at 50 yards unless we're shooting against other people with only scopes like that, I guess. But it is a really cool gun. Still has all the original peep sights and everything that it's supposed to have on there. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to shoot at 50 yards. I have my gong and a splatterburst down there at 50 yards. And I think we'll do pretty good. I did take a couple of shots with it. It did take just a tiniest little bit of elevation adjustment to get it on at 50. Of course, now the wind's going to start kicking up. It was completely calm when I got here, and now the wind's going to kick up and start blowing stuff around. So, but anyway, you want to always make sure with these old timers that you close the bolt while you're adding ammo to these, or it'll just fall right out onto the ground. So it's a tube feed. You raise your tube up, and then you just add. I'm going to put 10 in here. We'll shoot a couple of 10 round strings here. This thing will hold like 14 or 15, but we'll just do 10 at a time. I do have one of the 44 tube feeds as well. But this is a really nice shooting gun though. But let's go ahead and start out by starting things out right. Pating! But that's pretty cool. All right, so let's shoot at the splatterburst. We'll do a 5-shot group there, right in the middle. Oh, hitting a little low again. Do one more, see if we're still hitting low there. Yeah, let me do just a quick adjustment here. put us right in the middle. There we go. Maybe just a touch high, but that's all right. I'm using a splatter burst because I would never see the bullet impacts without the splatter burst for sure. At 50 yards with this little scope. I think it's a 4X. I do see them there. They're just a little high now. That's okay. So let's see. That's going to be, it's 5. This is number 7, right? Yeah. Did one on the. Doesn't look too bad from what I'm. Oh, jeez, that happens. Every once in a while, the little catch in there that feeds the rounds will not hold them back, and they'll come flying out. When it does that, we can single feed them too. Looks like we're starting to get a nice little ragged hole going there. All right, let's hit that gong one more time, and then we'll load it back up again. Had a lot of people asking me to get back out with some of my older 22s, and definitely don't want to be the guy to disappoint you guys. So let's get another 10 out, and we'll. I'm just shooting some nice Elay club. I just picked up another brick of that recently, so I got a good bit of that to shoot up. For what this scope is, though, it is really, really clear. I hope I can capture a decent image. I haven't tried yet, but I hope I can capture a nice, decent image for you guys to see through this thing. All right, let's see here. Let's go to, let's try to go to 9 o'clock here. Yeah. Trigger's a little bit kind of long and creepy on it, but it's not horrible. I've definitely got old 22s that are much worse than that. There's 3. It's grouping okay. That's 4. From what I can see, it looks like they're all in probably about a 1-inch group there, maybe a little bit bigger. Not too bad. Let's so I've got my Little heat sink down there for some patinging. 22s ring that little chunk of aluminum pretty good. All right, let's hit the gong. Not as good as that. All right, back to the heat sink again. Ooh, I just barely grazed it. There's a little catch in there, and once in a while you got to give it a little tweak upwards, or else that's what allows the. You're supposed to only allow one round to come up, but let's hit that heat sink again. There, it's better. Right, I think this is the last one. All right, let's hit the gong, and then we'll get out of here. Hit right down towards the bottom. That makes it really ring good. So loud. All right, that's the last one. But there you go. Quick one for you guys for tonight. Really, really cool. Like I said, this is one of the earliest ones I added to my collection. I had the 146 BA already, but that was I inherited that one. But the Remington model 41P was really the first vintage 22 that I ever collected as a collector or an enthusiast, whatever you want to call it. This is probably number 3 or 4 that I purchased many, many years ago, probably 15 years ago, I'm guessing. But really, really cool. Give you guys a quick flyby with it again. I think that scope mount is just so cool. You can actually unscrew that and pop that off real quick and then use your peep sights. And it holds zero pretty darn good. It really re-zeros pretty well. These adjustments on the top are for focusing both image downrange. I don't remember which one's which, but one's for focusing the image downrange and the other one's for focusing the crosshairs. And this one's set really well right now. And you've got your, just like kind of your inertial type external adjustment rings right here. Front ring here. Here's the other side with the bolt, big old bolt knob there. Really nice, really cool. Semi-beaver tail, they call this stock configuration. But stay tuned. We'll get a bunch more of these old 22s out this summer, and I got a ton of them. Last year I got a bunch out. I didn't even scratch the surface though, really, but just having fun with it. We'll get them all eventually, and I'm sure I'll keep adding more to it as we go too. So hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.